Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd just do a little bit of an update video on how I'm getting along with this one. So obviously I was really daunted by this because when we did the swatching, if you've watched the previous video, there was so many of them that were translucent that were going to be a problem. So I gessoed my canvas and I also did like a whitewash over it as well, which I have to say has really helped with some of them. So the ones that were semi-translucent are now absolutely fine. So most of these were the semi-translucents, and they've only needed one coat as well. They've worked really, really well. What surprised me was, if you look up here, so this blue, so it's a nice dark colour. It has taken 3 coats to get it. It shouldn't be that hard. And I'm getting a little bit frustrated on the ones that are really, let me show you over this side. So this pink here, this is another one of the translucents, and that's had 3 coats on it as well. And it's really, I'm getting a little bit frustrated. I really am, because so many of the colours that are in here are these pinks, and they're all a problem. And the blue, again, there's big chunks of this blue that it just looks crap. I'm irritated. And yet, here we go, look, white. Well, it's kind of like an off grey here. This has had 1 coat on it. I've got, yeah, I can see like a couple of bits, patchy bits there, so I'm just going to sort those out. Just because as I've just changed the lighting, I can just see the fact I haven't quite. But this one, you see, it's a nice one, this one. So I'm just gonna just fill those bits in just because I can see them whilst I'm doing this. So I might as well, because then what'll happen is I'll switch off this and I'll go do something else. Be like, where was it again? But yeah, so one coat. And that's covered up the numbers, it's covered up everything. And that's the lightest colour in this whole set. No issues whatsoever. So yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Other than the fact that I'd say that the problem with them is, if I show you, so this is number 18. This is the pink over the other side I just showed you. It's a much thinner consistency. Whereas the blue's very watery, and I think that's the problem. It's the actual consistency of the paint that's the issue, not so much the colour, because the red number 15, which is, look, I've got to keep moving you around, it's fun this. This was the one I thought I'd have the most amount of problems with, and actually, I mean, that has had 2 coats on it, but it's absolutely fine. I've got a big section of that to come up here, and I've been putting it off because I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be an absolute pain. I don't want to. But that hasn't worked badly at all. So I'm quite chuffed with that one. The greens have given me no problems whatsoever. The blues, oh, my thingies. My stand's about to fall off the table. This is me now trying to multitask, and my husband's coming to the rescue. Right, there we go, we're done. All right. So the blues, which is the bit I'm working on at the moment. Oh, we've just gone really dim on the lights. Hang on a minute. There we go. So yeah, this blue was absolutely fine. This blue, which is number 16, that was one of the translucents that actually, when it went on, yes, it has taken like 2 coats, but it wasn't bad. So that was better. So some of the translucents that looked really bad the first time round, they're doing all right this time round, and some of them are absolute crap. Simple as that, basically. So yeah, I'm just working, this is on number 17 at the minute, so this is one of my semi-translucents, and as you can see, it goes on without any problems whatsoever. I don't know how to do time lapse and all of that lot. Oh, that's wet. Let's move over there instead. Move my paints out of the way. Yeah, I don't know how to work it to do time lapse without having my face, or my hair certainly, in the middle of it, because there's only certain bits where I can actually achieve being in shot. So I don't know how they do it, to be honest. I don't know if they have like really high up stands and then are zoomed in so that they can get the whole of the picture in, or they're just working on much smaller canvases than me. I don't know. But yeah, so you see this one, this is number 17. This one is going on like an absolute dream. I have put kind of like a drop or two of flow aid in just to help them flow, basically, which has helped. But apart from that, we're all right. My washing machine's about to go possessed in the back of this video, because my washing machine is generally on in the back of my videos. It just is, because we're always doing washing. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, I might add just a little bit of a time. I'm going to attempt to do a time lapse on some of this and see how that works. So I'm kind of going to focus just in this section, I think. I don't know how to do it. I'm very confused by it all. Personally, I don't like the time lapse. I actually like to just sit and watch people paint. I like to see what they're doing, and I have to stop talking when I'm doing a delicate bit. Because I like to see their techniques. I like to see what brush they're using. I just like watching it. So yeah, I just thought I'd give an update on this one so far. I'm still persisting with it. I'm not quite sure why I'm still persisting with it, because I'm getting really irritated by it, but I am still persisting. I think with the one I did before, I knew that it was going to be a pain, and there was only really 2 colours that really were a problem. Whereas in this, there's 9 that really are translucent and horrible, and it'd be all right if they were in the small areas that you wouldn't really notice it, but they're not. They're in the big areas, which are like, oh, that's such a pain. But at least we've gone. So when we first swatched this, there's 24 colours, and I think we only had about, hang on, I can tell you, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only about 7 of them that I said were not translucent at all, not even semi-translucent. So that has increased, because the ones that were semi-translucent, now that I've prepped my canvas, and since I've been, done all that, they haven't been a problem. So we are, just down to 9 that are a problem. So, I mean, that's a big improvement to where we were before. It's just a shame that, yeah, it's... What on earth is that? Cat's being weird in the background. But the only thing I would say is, because I've had to whiten out a lot of this because of the colours, I am working mainly from my sheet, which does make it a little bit more challenging, should we say the least. So number 17. I'm just trying to work out. No, it does. It stops there. You know, I'm looking at it going, hang on a minute. I'm enjoying this one so much, I'm just carrying on. Just going to clean my brush off. And it does, it's going to come round. It's going to come round there like that. Okay. And then, so the bit, I have to keep looking back at where I'm looking at as well. Which is this bit here, which does go down all the way down to that bit, and it does go all the way up to that bit. Okay, so we're fine, we're fine. But you can see that with this one, I probably won't need more than one coat because it's going on so nicely. And because I've prepped my canvas. So with anything, prep is key. I should really change to a smaller brush for this bit, but you know, I'm not going to. What I do is I just apply a lot less pressure. So it really is just the tip of my brush that's touching. And then you see I add more pressure then when we get to the bigger bit. And then for these bits, because I want it nice, I'm trying to do the nice edging, so I want the side of the brush. So as you can see, these are flat brushes, the small flat brushes. And it just gets a lovely edge then, which I wasn't getting when I was using the round brushes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on working with these, and then I'm kind of come back, and I think I'll do another small video just to show where we've got to for the next bit, and like a final review. I don't know, I really don't know what I'm doing with this, to be honest. I just don't think people are going to want to sit there for an hour whilst I'm painting. In fact, I mean, these take so long. That's why people time lapse them, because otherwise you won't. I am going to swap to a smaller brush for that bit. So with that one, I was using this as my 0. And I'm going to swap out to my number 3. Turn it off. I've got even smaller brushes when I need to go and do the much smaller bits. There we go. That finishes off that bit. So yeah, that one works really nicely. So yeah, I'm going to video. I don't know, I'm going to video a bit of stuff and see where we are. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update from my previous video, because like I say, there was a lot then because of the way I'd prepped my canvas that meant the paints were not as awful, which obviously I didn't know in the first video because I hadn't actually used them on my prepped canvas. We'd just done a bit for swatching. So there you go, that's my update. I have no idea what I'm going to do next, but I will show you the final version at some point as well. Thanks for watching.